mon ami. Go.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Yamani and I am your online big sister. Really quickly before we get started, I need everybody to like this video. I need you to subscribe to my channel if this is your first time here, and most importantly, I need you to hit that notification bell so that every time I post a video, you get a notification. Bear with me while we're working out like the setup and the lighting. I don't know how to do this, but I have all of the equipment. I just need to do the research, but I don't have time. You know why I don't have time? Because there's something that's been eating up a lot of my attention, and I'm sure it's been impacting you all, and that is the coronavirus. Because I'm like in a school of public health, I'm hoping that I can like provide some assistance when it comes to how to better prepare for these things, and I want to help dismantle some of the hysteria. Now don't get it twisted, you should be concerned, period. But I don't think that we should all be like losing our minds and being hella prejudiced and freaking out. I'm not gonna use this video to like talk about what exactly coronavirus is. I'm going to more so talk about like some of the cases, how it's spreading, where it started, and how you can make sure that you're keeping yourself, your peers, your family as safe as possible. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. The coronavirus outbreak actually started in December of 2019. It started in China. I think the area specifically is called Wuhan. So it started in Wuhan, China. People believe that the virus began to spread at some of the seafood and poultry markets in Wuhan. What a seafood and a poultry market is it's literally like an outside supermarket or like an outside butcher shop. So people are literally selling live animals, they're selling dead animals, and of course they're selling fish. And so it's assumed, or people believe that like the virus was originally in like some animals and then it transferred to some food and then some people ate it. And now there's all this hysteria and this big ass outbreak. From what I've heard, 12 countries have reported at least one case of the coronavirus. The United States has been identified as one of those countries. Wow, I do not know how like these channels that like talk about news, I do not know how they do this because this is not my thing, but whatever. So yeah, 12 countries have reported at least one case. I believe currently in the United States, I think there have been confirmed, the last time I read something, it was about 5 confirmed cases. So I'm pretty sure that by now there's more cases than that. But again, I do think that the people that have confirmed cases are being quarantined. I remember the first case was found in Washington, and I know that they like immediately quarantined that individual. And I haven't looked to see like what their status is, but I do know that when they find cases, they crack down on that. I believe that total there are over 7,700 confirmed cases of coronavirus, with most of them being in China. There's also over 170 identified deaths because of the coronavirus. Now, I do think that sometimes when we're talking about death, we have to look at comorbidities. And so one thing that I think is sometimes neglected is that the majority of the people that have been identified in those 170 deaths, those people are actually on the older side of the spectrum, and they also have comorbidities. So for example, if a person has the coronavirus but they already have pneumonia, they are at an increased risk of dying. So yeah, just pay attention to that. I don't think that healthy young people are dying from coronavirus. In fact, the majority of the cases of coronavirus are found in people above the age of 30. I don't think there are that many reports of like children with coronavirus, so that's cool. One thing that I do think is concerning is that there are a lot of healthcare providers. So healthcare providers are the most at-risk population for contracting the virus because they are constantly seeing patients that have contracted the virus, and it is highly contagious. Whew. The symptoms of the coronavirus are actually common cold / common flu symptoms. So I believe like weakness, coughing, fluid in lungs, similar to like pneumonia / common cold / flu symptoms. So if you have some of those symptoms and they just don't go away, I don't want you to freak out, but I do want you to get your ass to somebody's health system. As of right now, the World Health Organization, or WHO, has not declared this to be like an international epidemic. They have not warranted like that much concern about it. Now, people are concerned because the disease is progressing similarly to the way that SARS did in the early 2000s, but I do think that coronavirus is progressing faster than SARS was. I'll make sure to put some more links in the description that talk about that. As of right now, I think the World Health Organization is supposed to be having a meeting today to discuss whether or not they want to make this like a big public health concern on an international scale. Now, I do think that they should, just so that we are better prepared, because I do believe that people can only get tested right now at the CDC. Which I think is based in Atlanta. And so it just kind of makes things harder, because I feel like the CDC should have some sort of kits that they're exporting to different countries so that we can do the testing on our own, because it is very inconvenient to send samples to different labs and then have to await results when we do have the technology and the intelligence to do it in-house. All right, cool. So that's all the information that I have for you all in regard to the background for coronavirus. I'll make sure to put all of the links for where I'm getting this information in the description box below so you can read it on your own. I've seen hella articles like circulate on Twitter talking about like 5 million people have evacuated from China since the outbreak, but I am sort of skeptical about the validity of that information. So if anybody has anything that's like confirmed to be true about the volume of evacuation, please let me know. Now let's get to the tea on what you can do. Reporters have actually said that the cases and like the volume of cases are really similar to that of like the common flu, and it is flu season. So I do think that some of the best things that you can do for yourself and others is to treat this like flu season. And so the same way we would combat flu season should be the same way that we're combating coronavirus. I will say this though, there is no vaccination for coronavirus as of now, as there was not one for SARS. I think it just moved too fast for people to prepare for it, but you can still take that ass up and go get a flu shot if you haven't done so already. Next, the next thing that you can do is you can make sure that you're washing your hands. I know, I hate to take y'all back to like elementary school, but washing your hands goes a long way. You should be washing your hands often throughout the day. You should make sure that you're refraining from touching your face, touching your mouth, etc. And make sure that when you're washing your hands for 20 seconds, you're washing your wrist, you're getting under your fingernails, and then you're drying with clean paper towel that has not been touched by anything else. After that, use that paper towel to open doors and close doors in order to navigate through other spaces. And once you've exited the place, like if you're washing your hands in the bathroom and you've used your paper towel to open the door, try to hit your hands with some hand sanitizer really quickly before heading off to your next destination. Another thing that you can do is you can actually wear, so if you are like me and you have to take the bus to get to like work or school, I do think that it's more than okay to throw on some of those surgical protective masks while you're on the bus with a lot of people, because while we should be covering our mouths, everybody's not covering their mouths. So there's nothing wrong with making sure that you're keeping yourself safe. I have noticed that people that wear those protective masks do run the risk of getting like stigmatized, because it's like, girl, do you have the flu, or do you have the coronavirus, or are you trying to like not get it? But don't worry about that ambiguity. It's all about keeping yourself safe. Another tip that I would recommend is going to Walmart. You can go to the Walmart and you can cop yourself some of these handy little little Lysol to goes or whatever. Those things are like $1.99. Relatively inexpensive. You can use those to sanitize your desk. Sanitize your phone if you're one of those people that like in the bathroom will touch your phone. Just hit that with that little Lysol to go. Spray off your desks. Another thing you can do is bring like some sanitation wipes, or you can even make sure that you have your own little pack of tissues so that you can blow your nose and touch your face and all that fun stuff. Also, please keep hand sanitizer on deck. Some universities, like I'm still in like the school's frame, so some universities actually have like little pumps of hand sanitizer outside of the bathroom, but there's nothing wrong with keeping your own hand sanitizer on deck and even sharing it with other people, because yuck. Oh, also, if you are sick, if you're not feeling well and you are coughing, I don't understand why we still have to keep having these conversations, but we do. So just make sure that you're covering your mouth, because don't nobody want to get sick just because you're sick. Cover your mouth. When you're covering your mouth, you want to put it all the way in your elbow and then just all that, cough into some tissue. Girl, stop coughing into the air that we all gotta breathe, especially if you're on the bus or something tight. Like, that's just really not fair. So yeah, those are my tips and tricks. I hope that after watching this video you feel just slightly more affirmed. I will say this, that I think that while this has been a low volume flu season, I think that in the past there have been like anywhere from like 30,000 to like 60,000 reported cases of death that were exacerbated, or that where the flu was a catalyst in that death. And so I think that while this is moving really quickly and while it's like horrifying, I will say that I don't think that it's more deadly than the flu. So make sure that you're getting your flu shots and still handling or still following those sort of flu season rules to keep everyone as healthy as possible. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'm no expert, so I might not be able to answer them, but we can work together to figure out how to get to an answer. If y'all want, I can post another video, because I'm sure that as the virus progresses, I'm sure there'll be more information available. But calm down, take a deep breath, wash your hands, and you should be fine. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like this video. Make sure you share it with your friends to help like dismantle some of the hysteria. And most importantly, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. I will be dropping content as often as I can, because girl, I have things to do, but whatever. So yeah, like the video, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to grow my channel. Right now, we're still on that Get Yamani to 500 subscribers journey. So please tap in and help get me to 500 subscribers, girl. So bye.